Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing a way overdue review for season 1 of Scorpion, the TV show, Scorpion season 1. So yeah, I know now I will admit I haven't watched the last two episodes, episodes 21 and 22, and honestly, I don't give a shit. I haven't watched them, I haven't reviewed them. I've reviewed and watched every single episode from episode 1 to episode 20. 19, I'm pretty sure I did a review for 20. I know I watched it, not sure if I did a review for it. Um, so there's that. Um, so yeah, if anything, I haven't done the review for like the past three episodes, but I know for sure I haven't seen. I know for sure I have seen episode 20. So there's that. So why am I doing a review for it if I haven't watched like the last two or three episodes? It's because after a while you stop giving a shit about this series. Um, I read the synopsis for like the few episodes I need to read, watch. Pretty basic, generic, what I expected. But I'll get into that after the 10-second spoiler warning. So yeah, 10-second spoiler warning. Yeah, but before I begin on that, this TV show stars Ilis Gable, Catherine McPhee, Robert Patrick, Eddie K. Thomas, Jaden Wong, Ari Steidham, Riley and Riley B. Smith, and and then you also have recurring characters, recurring actors characters, whatever, such as Camille Guati, Brendan Hines, Daniel Zalgandri, David Fabricio, and Andy Buckley, and then you have guest stars that come throughout the show, such as Ernie Hudson. He's a really big one. Keith Davids. He's a pretty big actor. Spencer Garnett, Caroline Windra, Rick Ravenello, David James Elliott, Mackenzie Aston. I know those people, so I'm just mentioning them. So yeah, Clifford Method Man Smith. That was pretty interesting. Method Man from like NWA. No, Wu-Tang Clan. Sorry. So yeah. So yeah, and Linda Hunt from like NCIS, I believe. Um. So yeah. Yeah, that was actually the episode she appeared in was a crossover episode. Whatever, fuck it. 10-second spoiler warning as usual. But first, again, before I forget, again, I know it's a pet peeve. Fuck me right now. Fuck. But yeah, there's 22 episodes. Just to go over them very fast. Pilot, single point of failure, A Cyclone, shorthanded, plutonium is forever, true colors, Father's Day, risky business, rogue element, talisman, revenge, dominoes, kill screen, charades, forget me nots, love boat, going south, once bitten, twice die, young hearts, sparkfire, crossroads, cliffhanger, and postcards from the edge. Now, 10-second spoiler warning before I go crazy. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Fucking finally. 10 seconds are up. For those of you to actually watch the series, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair one, because as usual, I did. So, yeah, as usual, synopsis for the season in this case, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. Now, yeah, so basically this is based off the true story of Walter O'Brien and his group Scorpion. It's based on a true story. For the most part, I mean, it's a drama show, it's on TV, so you know they're gonna over dramatize some stuff. But basically, this is based to some extent on Walter O'Brien, who's considered one of the most intelligent people in the world, like the fourth one, highest IQ with 197 IQ. Yeah, and he has his friends, Sylvester Dodds, a human calculator, basically, Happy Quinn, kind of funny, Harley Quinn, Happy Quinn. She's known for mechanical stuff. She's considered a mechanical prodigy. Then you have his like another one of his best friends, Toby Curtis. He's like a therapist basically, or a psychiatrist, or one of the best psychiatrists there is. And then you have his other friend, his love interest, throughout the series, Paige Dining. She's a waiter, or she was a waiter at the beginning at the episode, and she's basically your typical regular person. And then you have kind of his stepfather, adoptive father figure, Cape Gallo. He is the U.S. Department Security officer, and basically, it's basically them trying to every week or every episode, it's them basically just doing different tasks, having to deal with different tasks, different things that the CIA, FBI just throws at them. Like in the first week, they have to stop this plane from crashing, or several planes from crashing, and like the season finale, mid-season finale, they had to rescue this kid who was stuck under this hole that was caused by an avalanche. They have to stop nuclear weapons from uprising. They have to rescue this guy who's a musical prodigy, Method Man, which is actually pretty funny, from not getting killed, for example. You know, they have to. What else was there? They have to make sure that this biotech virus, or biotechnical virus, biotechnology virus, doesn't kill like the mayor of Los Angeles' daughter, Hollywood's daughter, whatever. There's hackers and stuff. So yeah, now I will say it started off very strong. I will have to say that it started off very strong for like the first 8 to 10 episodes. I want to say, up until like this mid-season finale. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was a pretty good show. It was. I mean, yes, it was kind of repetitive. Like rinse and repeat. They have to deal with this problem. Done. Okay, rinse and repeat. Another problem. Done. Another problem. Done. Every episode, it was another problem. Like there's no really overarching, plot throughout the whole series. It's not like Arrow, where they have to go deal with like, oh, it's Ra's al Ghul. That's the overall plot. You have to deal with Ra's al Ghul. Or like the Flash, you have to deal with the Reverse Flash. That's the overarching enemy or whatever. Or like even The Walking Dead, it's not like it has small sections where there's like small story arcs throughout it. Like for example, in this part, they have to deal with the cannibals, and then in the next episode, they have to deal with the police officers for like the next 3 or 4 episodes. Then they have to get into Alexandria, and now they have to deal with Alexandria. So it's not like small parts, small story arcs throughout the whole season. It's like every episode there's a new problem. Like again, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And that could be considered a good thing, but at the same time could be considered a bad thing. And for me, I thought it was pretty good, right? It got boring at times. Sometimes the stuff they were doing wasn't as good as it could have been, but for the most part, it was pretty good. And then the mid-season finale happens. It was good, and then the mid-season return happens, and that's when the show got fucked up the goddamn ass. Okay, so because here's how the scheduling was, the release schedule was. The first episode was aired on September 22nd. Next one, September 29th. Episode 3, October 6th. Next episode was October 13th. Okay, now when you start off in a mid-season, when you come after the mid-season finale in episode 13, it starts off on January 5th. I'm like, okay, the next episode doesn't come for like another 2 weeks on January 18th, and then episode 15. So you have episode 13 at January 5th, episode 14 comes out on January 18th, and episode 15 comes out on January 19th, and then you don't get episode 16 till February 9th, and then episode 17 doesn't come out till February 23rd, 18 doesn't come out till March 9th, which is a day right after my birthday, and 19 doesn't come out till March 23rd, and for 20, between 19 and 20, they come out within a week apart from 23rd to 30th for some reason, and then we go back to a 2-week scheduling from like March 30th to April 13th, and then again to like a week again to April 20th, and I'm like, that's why I couldn't keep up with the series anymore, because it had this weird ass scheduling conflict, and after a while, I just stopped giving a damn. That's why I'm not reviewing like the last 2 or 3 episodes of the series, because I fucking don't give a shit about the series anymore. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting concept, and I usually don't tend to watch these type of police shows, like NCIS or whatever, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, the closest thing you could say I watched to a cop drama or something like that would be like Arrow or The Flash. So yeah, I'm like, I want to check it out. I mean, really, the only reason I want to check it out is because my comic book shop gave me a bag, like, to take my comics in, and just happened to have the Scorpion thing. I'm seeing the bag right now. Let me bring it up very fast. It's like, fuck. Like, straight up, this is the only reason I wanted to check out the show, because my comic book shop gave me this bag, and I'm like, it looks interesting. I read the synopsis right before it came out. It looks interesting, and that's really the only reason why I wanted to watch the show. It's well acted, for the most part, it is well written. It does have its flaws, but for the most part, it is well acted, well written. You do get character development. I mean, it is a bit predictable. I mean, I've read the synopsis of like the last 2 or 3 episodes I needed to watch. You know, everything kind of lays out just how it does. I mean, everything just kind of happens just how you expect it to be. You know, just cliches and whatever, but they work. But the major problem is that it just has a terrible fucking scheduling conflict. Bad time of release episodes. It just has the the company, the CBS, the ones who were distributing the show, they just didn't know what they were doing with the show after the mid-season finale, because I knew it wasn't gonna get that high ratings. And the thing is, they said yes to like season 2 after like the mid-season premiere, and then they just kind of gave us like this weird really shitty just really crappy shitty schedule. And yeah, I mean, it had pretty decent ratings, always between 9 and 13 million views, so that's good. But I don't know how I feel about the series, because great acting, great writing, pretty cliche, sure, but it's still pretty good. It's pretty fun. But then you have like you have this really annoying, shitty release date schedule, which when you really think about it, it's, you know, like you're expecting like, yeah, it comes out, oh crap, it doesn't come out for like another 2 weeks. So the suspense you're gonna have with like whatever overarching backstory you have, which is just really Walter and Paige's relationship status at the point. That's really the main point of it. Like, if you want to have an overarching backstory, overarching plot, logically it will be like Paige and Walter's love life. You know what's going on with that. I mean, you do have a few other stuff going on there, such as Toby and Happy's love life and Sylvester's love life and whatever. I mean, most of the backstories, like the overarching arcs, have to do with the love lives. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I mean, it's a good show, but just at the end, I just didn't like how they kind of handled it. I feel like, first off, 22 episodes I think was a little too much. I think if they could have just cut it down to like 13, which I think at 13 the first 13 episodes, they were great. I mean, some of the other episodes after episode 13, from what I saw, which is between like episode 14 and 20, they were pretty good too, but I do feel like some of them kind of missed the mark or weren't as good as they could have been. So I think they, CBS, they just had a little bit too much to handle, and you could tell, it just shows just by the way they were acting, just the plots they were giving us. And I mean, again, this is probably based on real life, but I just think that they kind of blew, I mean, obviously they had to blow it out of proportions a bit for TV, but I just don't think they didn't know how to handle it. I think when they do season 2, they should, first off, they shouldn't be giving us this weird ass schedule where they release an episode every 2 weeks, and then sometimes it's like this episode doesn't come out for another 2 weeks, and then when that episode comes out, there's gonna be another episode the next day, and then we won't see another episode for like 3 weeks. Don't give us this weird. Keep it to like a once a week schedule, like it was for like the first 13 episodes. Really. Episode 2 of season, or episode 1 of season 2 should be coming out around September 21st, 2015. I have no idea if I'm going to review that premiere episode. At the very least, I'll probably review the season, if you guys want me to. But I feel very bad for the show, because I really did like it. I'm going to be honest, I really did truly like it, despite the cliches. They had a shit ton of cliches, I'm not gonna lie, and despite it being almost like freak of the week every other week, because again, a different situation every time. I kind of wish it would have had like one situation that would have stayed for at least 2 episodes, and they had the potential to do that at one point, where they had this lady who was in prison protection, however you want to do it, witness protection program, whatever, and they kind of, you know, it was. They could have done at least I could have seen that happen for at least 2 episodes. That arc go for 2 episodes, but no, they kind of rinse repeat again. Just 1 episode. And even after that, I thought that plot wasn't completed. And it felt like, oh, they're probably gonna save it for the next episode. No, completely new plot as expected. It's formulaic. It's cliche. Has good acting. Pretty solid writing. Has some pretty solid writing. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty good writing. I just don't like the way they handled it at the end. Like, CBS just kind of I think at the end it was just too much for them to handle. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be generous and give it a 6 out of 10. I really want to give it like a 5 or a 4 out of 10, but I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, or whatever. I mean, I can see this if you buy the box set or the DVD set, Blu-ray set, whatever, and watch this, you know, how it should be continuously. I think you will enjoy it. But just the way they handle this, just really bad. So yeah, 6 out of 10. I'm being generous. Maybe my opinions will change if I just happen to buy the Blu-ray, happen to get the Blu-ray or the DVD or whatever at a good price, and just binge watch it through in like 1 or 2 days. And then I think my feelings for the show will change. But for now, 6 out of 10. CBS, if someone from CBS happens to watch this, which I doubt, but let's per se, um, so to speak, they do watch this. Um, don't give us some weird ass schedule, okay? Don't give us one that, don't give us something like the shit you did after episode 14 again. As I said before, episode 14 came out in January. Episode 13, sorry, came out on January 5th, and then the next one at 18th, then at the 19th, for some reason, a back-to-back, and then, but another episode doesn't come out till, like, February 9th, and then the 23rd, and then March 9th, and then the 23rd of March, and then March 30th, which is a week apart, and then, April 13th, 2 weeks apart, and then back to April 20th, which is, like, a week apart. Just give us a set schedule, so, if where the predictions are true, which the first one should be coming out on September 21st, then have the next one come out on September 28th, then October 5th, then October 12th, then 19th, 26th, November 2nd, whatever. I know you're going to have a mid-season break at some point, but you get the gist. Don't give us some bullshit schedule, please. Yeah, I'll eventually watch the last 2 or 3 episodes, but right now I stopped giving a shit. There's really no other way to put it. I stopped giving a shit. Will I review the first episode of season 2? Maybe. Will I even watch it? Who the fuck knows? I'll try. Let's just go with that. I'll try. Again, 6 out of 10 is what I'd give Scorpion. What are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. What are your thoughts on Scorpion? Are you gonna watch season 2? I mean, I know many people. One of my friends, he watched season 1. He said, yeah, it's a pretty good show. I just didn't like the fucking scheduling conflicts. I mean, that's a major complaint. The fucking scheduling conflicts. Like, what the fuck's wrong? And many people aren't gonna watch season 2 because of the scheduling conflicts and because of the weird ass schedule they gave us at the latter half of season 1. My friend, he says, I'll probably, he's the same situation. I'll watch the first episode, and if episode 2 comes out in a little, he said something to this effect. I'll watch episode 1 of season 2, and if episode 2 of season 2 doesn't come out within a week after it, I'm off the show. I'll give it a 1, maybe 2 days grace to go with it. So basically, we're saying if episode 2 doesn't come out by September 30th, he's off the show. Seems reasonable enough to me. That's basically my review on it. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I'm being generous. I'm being generous. Because I'm just thinking, if you binge watch this in like one entire evening or 2 days, you're probably gonna enjoy it. It's just the way they handled it. I don't like it. That's basically it for this review. Comment down below on your thoughts on the season. What are your thoughts on it? Like the video, shop Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.